What's going on, everyone? Badger here. And one of the oldest tricks in the book, Sun Tzu writes about it in The Art of War, is accuse your enemies of what you yourself are doing. We see that all the time in politics, but we see it in life. And here we have Chris Gore from Film Threat and Alan Ing exposing the absolute hypocrisy and the true racism and sexism that is the Writers Guild of America. If you're wondering where all the poisonous cancer and identity politics have been coming, well, we've talked where it's actually coming, but who's doing it, who's funneling it out, and who's repeating it and spreading it, it's the Writers Guild. And here we have proof.
There is a big story that is brewing within the WGA. We already know the WGA was probably hurt more than helped by the strikes. And
it was the worst decision they ever could have done, is to strike when they did. It set everything back. Like I said, one Marvel movie in 2024. So many people are going to get fired or lose their jobs or have their projects canceled because of that decision to have that strike.
If things could not go from bad to worse, now you have the shrinking of the industry, this contraction that's about to occur with fewer television shows and fewer movies are going to be made. Budgets are thin. And maybe there's no better time than to do this. Force your members to identify themselves within certain categories. I received screenshots this morning from a WGA member who sent me this. It's 3 parts. I'll show you the.
And by the way, this is the same WGA who has those famous rules, right? That a man cannot save a woman, a man cannot teach a woman things, a woman has to save her. They have a whole checkbox, and here you see it. Here's their checkboxes for who they're hiring, and it's, trust me, it's
show you the
it's insidious.
First part here, and hopefully you can see it. Members of the WGA are being asked to identify themselves in many categories. Now,
how this is legal, at all, I do not know.
Just as someone who has hired people throughout my career, hired a lot of different people from all walks of life. All I care about is that you love movies. You can have different type of love of different types of genre of film. Don't care. Are you passionate about film? You're going to fit in at Film Threat really well.
And I'd say you would also fit in just the fellowship and the 199 and just the regular. Please, just be passionate about these projects. Don't come in here trying to spread an agenda first. Story first.
By the way, when you were hiring people, doing this would have been a civil rights violation.
When I hired Alan to be a part of Film Threat, and
by the way, if you go on and you identify here as a heterosexual white male, I guarantee you're not getting writing jobs.
And probably one of the best decisions I ever made. I never asked Alan's sexuality. Can you see that? Is it visible on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely make it bigger. Yeah.
What they're not only asking is, one, they want it's just a tab, writer's background. They're creating a list. How well have things gone whenever writers have been put on lists? Let's see. The beginning of the list here is your sexuality, starting with heterosexual. You get one box to check there. LGBTQ plus, and underneath that, asexual, bisexual / pansexual, gay, lesbian, queer, unspecified. In addition, are you a writer who's over 40? Are you a writer who's over 50?
I'm sure people will say, no, this is used so we can spotlight and highlight and find. It's like, no, this will be used to segregate and blacklist.
Are you a writer who's over 60? The Writers Guild wants to know, and the people that do hiring in television and film, somehow this data is important to them. Let's go to the next. I'm going to stop screen. I'm not going
to react to this entire video. I want to get to the point where you, by all means, please. In fact, I'm just going to go to it. Look at the bullshit. Look at this. Female, transgender, transfeminine, transmasculine, unspecified. Then they come down to disabilities. Autoimmune condition, chronic illness, blind or low vision, cognitive disorder, deaf or hard of hearing. This is their oppression Olympics checklist that they do. Echo fits like 3 or 4 of these things. And we go down here. Once they actually look at this, they actually get down to all the different ethnicities, as if any of this fucking shit matters whatsoever to making a good story. Now, if you're trying to tell a very specific story in West Africa in the 18, yeah, maybe you would click, oh, West, but it's, oh, this, even in its best interpretation, this is dodgy as fuck, and you know it's not going to be used in its best intention. Please go watch Film Threat. Subscribe to Film Threat. Chris Gore, Alan Ning, they are great. Chris Gore is also on the Nooners with Gary on Wednesdays. Go, they have breaking stories like this all the time. But I just wanted to show you that if you're not aware that this is not us imagining it, it's embedded in the WGA, the people that write all of these stories. So it's a cancer that has spread to every facet, and we need to attack it on every facet. That's why there needs to be an army of us to combat an army of them. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And we will see you on the next one.